Alderman Doram Lambo and the whip of council in absentia, Alderman Thembisa Ngunjana, the acting leader of government business, Alderman Jongizuza Zabati, the members of the mayoral committee, the chair of chairs, Councillor Julius Mdluli, when you are conferred, the chairpersons of oversight committees, all the leaders of political parties or leaders of caucuses in council, all the councillors, city manager, Mr. Kagiso Lerutle, heads of department and all the senior government officials, members of the media, and all our social partners, esteemed residents of Ekurhuleni, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, goeiemorgen, dumelang, sanibonani, Thobela, Avsheni. It is a sad day that we kickstart the year on such a somber note with the untimely passing of our MMC of Roads and Transport, Councillor Andile Mgwevu. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Madam Speaker, may I request that we observe another moment or a moment of silence in memory of this dedicated and selfless leader of our people. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity. And Madam Speaker, I know, speaking on behalf of all of us, when I say the passing of MMC Mgwevu has left a huge void in our administration, and since the news of the incident in Mozambique, I have been praying and having sleepless nights trying to fathom what might have happened, while sincerely hoping that somehow he and all those he was traveling with would return home alive. But alas, the sad news came 3 days ago, which left us in shock, numbness, and devastation. Our heartfelt sympathies goes to the families, their loved ones, friends, comrades, and the entire community of Ekurhuleni and the country. Madam Speaker, the best way we can honor Councillor Mgwevu is through the acceleration of service delivery, which was his passion. Madam Speaker, I must also just report to Council that on Wednesday I took time and traveled to Maputo in Mozambique to support the families with all the repatriation work. And I must say that with the work that we're able to do, we expect all the bodies to be brought back home today. We believe that everything should be cleared so that the bodies can be brought home, and all the other logistical funeral arrangements can actually proceed. Fellow councillors, before we proceed with the business of this sitting, allow me to once again congratulate Alderman Dora Mlambo on her election as a Speaker of Council for the seat of Ekurhuleni. Her election is a testament to the confidence this council has placed in her leadership, in her experience, in her unwavering commitment to democratic governance. We wish her well as she presides over the work of this council and also to safeguard its integrity. Madam Speaker, we believe that this lays a good foundation for council and all the parties in council to have conversation on how do we strengthen the multi-party in council to ensure that all parties are represented in the various structures to be able to take the mandate of our people forward, at least for the last remaining 10 months. Fellow councillors, let me once again, in terms of the mayoral back to school program, congratulate the matric class of 2025. The recent matric results represent the highest pass percentage in our country's history, a feat nothing short of extraordinary. It is a triumph that fills us with pride and inspires hope for the future. This milestone reflects the discipline, the resilience, and the determination of our learners, the unwavering commitment of our educators, and the vital support of parents and communities. Beyond the numbers, it signals what is possible when we unite behind a common vision, and that vision, a vision of excellence. It reminds us that our collective efforts can transform lives, uplift communities, and shape a better future for our nation. To honor and celebrate academic excellence or success in our city, we are proud that we will host the annual Godfrey Pitje Academic Excellence Awards, penciled down for the 3rd of February. And this is an esteemed event dedicated to recognizing outstanding academic achievement. The ceremony not only pays tribute to the brightest minds of our city, but it also reinforces our commitment to fostering the culture of excellence, perseverance, and an intellectual pursuit as part of the 2026 academic, or rather as part of the 2026 mayoral back to school campaign. We visited various schools across Ekurhuleni, engaging with learners, educators, and school management to understand the realities they face daily. While we celebrate the achievements of our matriculants, it is also clear that serious interventions are needed to address the pressing social and disciplinary challenges facing or affecting our schools. As an administration, we will be engaging the school governing bodies, law enforcement, and community structures to develop targeted interventions that address the social ills, promote safer learning environments, and reinforce the importance of education as a tool for transformation. Our school must be spaces of growth, of opportunity, and safety. And we are committed to working alongside all stakeholders to ensure that every learner in Ekurhuleni has a fair chance at success. Madam Speaker, the year in context, Honorable Speaker, this year carries deep historical significance for democratic local government in South Africa. It marks the 20th anniversary since the establishment of democratic local government system, a system that enables communities across the nation to elect representatives closest to their daily needs and to participate directly in decisions that shape service delivery and development. Over the past nearly 3 decades, local government has evolved from transitional structures into fully fledged municipalities charged with advancing the well-being of all residents. As we reflect on this milestone, we also look ahead with purposeful anticipation towards the end of this year. We will embark on the 5th cycle of our local government elections, an electoral process that underscores the fundamental role of democratic participation and accountability at grassroots level. This convergence of anniversary and electoral cycle compels us to honor the strides made in democratic governance while redoubling our efforts to strengthen the institutions and performance of local government so that they deliver with excellence, with integrity and responsiveness to the people that we serve. Our mission, Madam Speaker, let me borrow the words of our liberation struggle stalwart, Dr. Nelson Mandela, when he said, and I quote, "I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people." Close quote. Honorable Speaker, we have heard and heeded the call by the President of the Republic of South Africa, Honorable Matamela Ramaphosa, when he pronounced that this year is a year of fixing a local government. Therefore, as we convene for this first Ordinary Council meeting of 2026, we do so at a defining moment for our city and for local government as a whole. And we must talk less and work tirelessly to realize this administrative theme. And that theme is a responsive city working with agility to restore service delivery to the people. And the realization of this theme is anchored on 6 key pillars, which remains as follows. The provision of quality and sustainable services to all residents. 2, the rebuilding of a strong financial base to support the city's development. 3, conducting essential repairs and maintenance of public facilities. 4, investment on critical infrastructure in partnership with the private sector. 5, economic development, growth and job creation with special focus on the Erotropolis. 6, and preserving good and ethical governance. Honorable Councillors, this is an administration of action, and the implementation of this resolution with the aim of positively transforming the lives of our people. And we are aware that communities across Ekurhuleni are looking up to us for decisive leadership, for accountability and tangible improvement in service delivery. We are therefore seized with rising above narrow interest and recommitting ourselves to the constitutional mandate entrusted to local government, that is providing quality, equitable and sustainable services to our people. Our focus since we assumed office, and that was about 1 year, 8-9 months ago, we assume office has been to stabilize municipal operations, improve financial management, accelerate infrastructure delivery, and ensure a responsive and people-centered service delivery. While major strides have been made in this regard, we understand that we must strengthen oversight and the enforcement of consequence management where there is wrongdoing, and support our administrations to perform effectively and perform ethically. At the same time, we must use the local government as a catalyst for economic transformation, and through strategic procurement, infrastructure investment and support for local enterprises, particularly SMMEs and cooperatives, we can stimulate inclusive growth and create sustainable livelihoods. And our residents expect decisive leadership, they expect ethical conduct, and a relentless focus on service delivery, and we are therefore summoned as elected representatives to rise to the challenge and build a capable, responsive, and developmental local government that restores public trust and improves the living realities of our people. Madam Speaker, while we acknowledge that coalition governance arrangements are now a permanent feature of a local government system of our country, and their stability is anchored own commitment to adhere to mutual respect, to collective executive leadership, and disdain for what is called at a national level ministerial drifts. I don't know whether there's something called MMC drifts. So in our context, this implies elevation of narrow political party interest at the expense of a broader council policy goals, driven by the executive mayoral committee collective and other platforms of joint decision-making process in a coalition government of the city of Ekurhuleni. And this is one area that we're committed to do, and we will do everything in our power to ensure that these principles are preserved and in the interest of our people. And this understanding undoubtedly solidifies efforts to build ethical and good governance while ensuring that service delivery of our people takes place on the ground. We must be an administration that restores the people's faith in local government, one that confronts past shortcomings with honesty and courage, and lays the foundation for a future in which prosperity is shared and dignity is upheld for every resident in Ekurhuleni. We will use February to strengthen this council to ensure that there is a proper stability and that we're able to rise in giving services for the last 10 months in office. And then Mr. Dunga, you will say this is true in the next 2 weeks, that we are not just talking, we mean it. So service delivery performance, fellow councillors, is a matter of common cause that service delivery is the heartbeat of local government, the measure by which our people judge our legitimacy, and the true reflection of our commitment to the residents of Ekurhuleni. As this administration, we recognize that performance is not just about targets, but service delivery on the ground. Even under pressure, the city's operating income for the quarter came in slightly above the 16 point, slightly above plan, and that performance is sitting at 16.364 billion rands against a budget of 16.307 billion rands. And the total income budgeted for the 2025-2026 mid-year, it means 2 quarters combined together, or for 6 months, was 34.3 billion rands, and the total operating expenditure is 30.9 billion rands. This is a demonstration that in whatever that we do, we still recover our revenue, and we are also managing the expenditure so that there is the necessary surpluses. The unaudited second quarter financial and performance results at mid-year performance assessment for the 2025-2026 financial year provide a clear indication of a municipality that is showing early signs of financial stabilization while still confronting structural revenue, liquidity, and capital spending challenges that must be addressed decisively in the second half of the year. At the midpoint of the financial year, the city has demonstrated improved expenditure control across a number of departments and entities. Operating expenditure performance reflects restraints with several areas of spending below 50% of the annual operating budget by mid-year, helping to protect cash balance and limit further deterioration in liquidity. Madam Speaker, we are encouraged by progress which has been recorded in revenue collection interventions, particularly within municipal entities. And this aspect reaffirms our city's commitments towards accelerated service delivery, more pertinently in communities incentivized by the city. For example, the rental revenue collection in housing portfolio improved from 29% in the first quarter to up to 39% in the second quarter, exceeding the quarterly target by 7%, 7 percentage points. And this is, of course, because of some of the decisiveness in the EAC, MMC Olo, and the CEO there, to ensure that we deal decisively with hijacking of municipal stock. And congratulations for being decisive and supporting all the efforts to remove people who are illegally occupying our stock in Airport Park. We just want you to move with speed to refurbish Paro Park and allocate those units so that we also refurbish Airport Park and allocate those units accordingly. This will go a long way to give confidence to investors in Germiston that we are doing our part. Where municipal properties are being invaded or even hijacked, we act and act decisively. And this performance was helped by stronger than expected returns in some of the revenue lines, including water revenue and interest on overdue account. Even other areas such as fines, penalties, continue to underperform, while the city's own traffic management system is still being redeveloped. And this is an area that we're worried about, because the change of a performing fine, EMPD management system, which used to by now collect up to 100 million, change with a system that is not performing, which is currently sitting about 8.5 million rands. It's an area that we must speak against it and call for consequence management. So during the mid-year period of 2025-2026 financial year, the city intensified coordinated multi-departmental service delivery interventions aimed at improving revenue collection, enforcing bylaws, addressing non-compliance, and restoring operational functionality across critical service areas. These interventions, led primarily by the Service Delivery Coordination Department, in collaborating with various departments and law enforcement agencies, demonstrate that the city is committed to effective governance, financial sustainability, and improved service delivery outcomes. Honorable Councillors, we are moving ahead to strengthen coordinated law enforcement and compliance operations. On the 15th of August 2025, a joint operational sitting was conducted in the Delville surroundings. These operations brought together EMPD, Finance Department, City Planning, Water Department, and Immigration Authorities and relevant departments. This operation focused on bylaw enforcement, immigration compliances, and municipal account compliance. As a result, fines were issued and arrests were affected, reinforcing the city's zero tolerance approach to non-compliance and illegal activities that undermine service delivery and community safety. Building on this momentum, a further joint operation targeting illegal connection was coordinated on the 21st of August 2025 in Germiston. This operation involved EMPD, City Planning, Water and Energy departments, and all relevant service delivery departments, including roads. This intervention focused on the identification and removal of illegal electricity and water connections, which contributes significantly to revenue losses and infrastructure strain. Illegal connections were successfully removed and compliance measures were implemented, supporting the city's broader strategy to protect the municipal infrastructure and ensure equitable access to services. So, and that robust campaign is continuing, and with the building control campaigns that we are driving, we should be able to send a clear message to those who are violating bylaws that their day is coming. The environmental management and infrastructure stabilization on the 16th of January 2026, the city undertook critical interventions at the Velte Ferreden landfill sites, Councillor Pretorius, following operational challenges linked to illegal activities and safety concerns. This intervention, in collaboration with EMPD Special Task Force, the Illegal Mining Task Team, led by the MMC of Community Safety, it went a long way. So this operation successfully addressed illegal activities affecting the sites, improved security and restored operational stability. And as a direct outcome of these coordinated efforts, that landfill site is now fully operational, ensuring continuity in waste management services and compliance with environmental regulation. This intervention highlights the city's proactive approach to safeguarding critical infrastructure and protecting public health and the environment. Furthermore, we have recommissioned 6 waste removal trucks, which will ensure that our waste removal services keep up with the waste removal expectations of our people. So the overall impact and strategic alignment of these achievements, which have been recorded in the mid-year period of the 2025-2026 financial year, reflects a strong commitment to intergovernmental and interdepartmental collaboration, decisive leadership, and practical enforcement. The collective impact of this operation includes: 1, enhance revenue collection and financial sustainability, improved compliance with municipal bylaws and regulations, protection of municipal infrastructure and reduction of service losses, strengthening law enforcement presence and community confidence, stabilization of key service delivery intervention. And these outcomes align with the city's strategic priorities of building a capable state and ensuring financial viability and delivering reliable and sustainable services to all residents. Madam Speaker, this administration remains committed to intensifying these efforts in the second half of the financial year and further improve service delivery outcomes and uphold the mandate entrusted to the city. Honorable Speaker, we clearly understand that revenue collection remains the cornerstone of our work. In this regard, in Q2, the collection rate was at 85.93% against a target of 90%. And I think the December shortcomings does impact on this. But the year-to-date a rate of 90.73%. And this is why we're tightening credit control, we're improving customer engagements and protecting the city's ability to deliver services. Because when the revenue is unstable, service delivery is the first to suffer. And some of the key initiatives undertaken in this regard, they include the revenue enhancement and financial recovery initiatives, MMC Finance. And that revenue protection and collection remained a central focus during the mid-year. And on the 25th of November, a high-impact operations was conducted at Rand Airport involving the Executive Mayor, EMPD, Finance Department, Energy Department, Water, Immigration Authorities. And this operation resulted in the successful collection of a portion of money owed to the city in municipal revenue. And this intervention demonstrated a strong political and administrative leadership, underscoring the city's commitment to enforcing payment compliance and strengthening its financial position. So, MMC, Councillor Berg, it's not just Albertine where we're enforcing the culture of payment. We're also doing it, the to make sure that they pay for services. And indeed, we must give services in return for payment. Further revenue recovery efforts were undertaken on the 17th of December when a joint operation involving EMPD, City Planning, Finance, the utilities, immigration, and targeted non-compliance businesses. As a result of this intervention, an amount owed was collected from companies around Germiston, contributing positively to the city's revenue and collection targets. On the 22nd of December, while others bengekho baya edlaleni, the city engaged some of the factories as part of its compliance and revenue recovery program. Following a direct visit on the same day, the company settled outstanding municipal accounts, resulting in a payment of millions. This achievement reflects an effectiveness of a direct engagement and enforcement and coordination of interdepartmental actions in addressing long